Now, Wimar, if you can share with us, and during your time, you were overseas, and I found most Indonesian that has been overseas, went up to school overseas, found their career paths better than when they're just homegrown, stay home and not going overseas. Is that what is your observation on this?
I think exposure of all kinds is very good, whether it's geographic exposure like traveling, or whether it's cultural exposure like music or literature, or even having a lot of friends. It's always better than to be cooped up in your own little world. It's not so much a matter of Indonesians. The previous president of the United States, George W. Bush, never traveled outside America until he became president. And so it makes his worldview a bit more limited.
Okay.
Obama, on the other hand, was born in Hawaii, spent some time in Indonesia, and certainly a world traveler. He has a much better worldview, and I think the world is becoming one through the internet, through air travel. So if you are stuck to one country, it limits your horizons. Of course, you have to have people who concentrate, people who do the agriculture, people who do the localized specific occupations. But for the public at large, the more travel, the better, I would say.
Yeah, the exposure.
The exposure.
The interaction. With
that people are the same all over. They're bad guys, good guys in any country.
Yes. And because you're grown out of a place in Europe and also America, and when you're home here, you find that you have a certain advantage compared to the rest of the nation.
In terms of my comfort?
Yes, comfort.
Not necessarily in terms of career or fortune. I might be, known, but I'm certainly not rich. And being always on the go, traveling, doesn't allow you to set too many routes, but it does allow you to be happy, and that's what life is all about, I think.
Yeah, I will fully agree with that. Now, Pak Wimar, you've been mentioning in several discussions about this social media nowadays. You're an expert in media yourself. What do you think of the phenomena now? Is there a worldwide media nowadays?
There is a worldwide explosion in the use of media for social networking, that which we call now social media. And it is largely because of the internet, which makes it possible. No person is more than 6 stages of removal from the other. I can access, say, Barack Obama through one person, or I can even access Gorbachev through 2 persons. And when you have a computer, that makes it very practical. Supposing I had a boyhood friend in Denmark. I never heard of him for 40 years, but now we are both on Facebook or Friendster, and you immediately come into contact. So the world is becoming one big community. You can select your own world apart from the borders of geography, profession, age, gender. It's a whole new world.
And it does have some sort of influence in the decision maker in the country, right?
Yes, politically, of course, we have seen the recent cases in terms of the situation with the police force, with the corruption and commission. And a lot of people had their say on the matter, and they were instantly expressed in the society and received. You don't even have to go out and spend demonstrations which disrupt the traffic.
Correct.
You can just state your views in your blog or in Friendster and eventually in the media. So I'm an active person in communications, but most of my time I spend at home because it's just in front of my keyboard. That makes it so much easier for all of us.
Yes, especially with Jakarta now, with all the traffic.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't mind going through the traffic to see you in the studio, but otherwise I just stay at home and stay on my computer.
Thank you, Wimar. Now, the other technology that's going on with the BlackBerries, beside the Facebook and the BlackBerries, makes the whole world become small now, become accessible. Now, do you think democracy in Indonesia is more or less enhanced or even stronger because of the means of communication, or now people can share their views?
Certainly.
Yes.
I'm glad that the technological revolution in a way coincided with the political revolution in Indonesia, and maybe they are related, I don't know, because when we had, I've been through several political changes when we had the 66 changes, there was no internet, and we communicated by physical means. But then when we had the 98 change of government, a lot of it was done on the internet in terms of calling people together, where to meet, and getting our views, news on the news portals, on the websites. So that's internet-driven. And now the 2009, I wouldn't call it a revolution, but citizen activities are 60% on the internet. That reflects what they have in the States, where starting from the Bush-Kerry elections in 2004, 60% of political opinions were expressed in blogs. We might get to that point soon. Now we had in this campaign 2009 debates on television, but also followed by discussions in the internet. So it just multiplies the whole volume of communications that we had before the internet.
Very interesting phenomena. This is the first segment that we're going to have a commercial break. Shall be coming back very soon. Thank you.